What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a quick little overview of the settings that I have been using in Rainbow Six Siege for ages now. They have really worked well for me, so I'm hoping they can work well for you, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. For our first setting, you're going to want to make sure drone after prep is set to manual so that you can decide when you want to exit your drone after the preparation phase as an attacker. Moving over to the HUD part of settings, we're going to scroll all the way down. We have on all of these except for teammate gamer tag. So we'll keep scrolling, and right about here, as you can tell, we have teammate gamer tag off. This is because you really don't need to see who it is which operator. It takes up too much screen time, it takes up your eyes, your attention. Just keep that off. Everything else, as you can tell, stays on. Just keep teammate gamer tag off. Switching over to the audio tab of settings, first up, make sure you turn your music volume all the way down. Trust me, just do it. Second, you're going to want to make sure you are on night mode for your dynamic range. Some people like hi-fi. Personally, I like night mode. Night mode makes sure that you can really hear those little subtle noises, whereas hi-fi sort of just allows you to distinguish between those noises. I think night mode is much more effective in a game like Rainbow Six Siege, where audio cues are so heavily relied on. So me personally, I would say keep it on night mode. Now moving over to display, you want to make sure you have your VSync off. Additionally, you always want to keep prioritize performance on no matter what. Field of view, I've heard 85 to 90 is really good. I really like 90, but I've heard a lot about 85 being the perfect sweet spot. So I think anywhere, past 85 is probably pretty good. Now I keep my brightness pretty high compared to the happy medium of 50. I keep it at around 60. This is because there's some really dark spots in this map, and you really want to be able to distinguish between, that wall and that defender's uniform. Now we're getting into the thick of it. In controls, you're going to want to make sure your vibration is disabled. It's just, a huge disadvantage, so keep it off. Gadget deployment, you're going to want to turn to advanced. You always want to be able to control those things, so whenever there's an advanced or standard, you always want to keep it at advanced. And additionally, that carries over to drone deployment, sort of similar to what we talked about in the beginning with drone deployment and the preparation phase. Pretty much the same thing. You don't want to, you can drone bait, where you throw the drone and it doesn't immediately kick you in, but the defender will push you because they think you're droning. So throw the drone and then decide when you want to go into it. Not throw the drone and make the game put you into that drone immediately. You don't want that. For controller layout, I keep mine on default or standard. There's really nothing special to it there. Now sensitivity, I have a really high one personally because I've just gotten really used to this game's sensitivity. I've had a really good feel for it, but that's really all it is. So mine's high, but you can have yours wherever you're most comfortable. I think having a 15 to 20 difference between vertical and horizontal is normally a really good sweet spot for me. You want that horizontal to be higher. So I have my horizontal at 90, my vertical at 70. Like I said, wherever your sweet spot is, find that for yourself. Also keep your dead zone percentages to 5 each. And then this is my controller ADS. I keep it really low, and I'm just test it all out in the shooting range. Test out each individual magnification and see what feels right to you, and this is what I eventually decided on for me. Now I keep my optic color at red. It's just personal preference, but I don't think that you should use like white or black or anything like that. Maybe some of those bright colors. I keep my opacity at 80 so I can see through it a little bit, and screen shake off completely. It's just a complete disadvantage. And then the last setting that I modify that's actually outside of the game is in Xbox, and it's my controller accessibility configuration. I forget what it's called, but pretty much I switch my B and my RB button completely. Now it's going to be really weird when you do this at first. However, I've used this for 3 years now, and I've gotten so used to it. You pretty much do it so that it's way easier for you to crouch when you're, aiming in. So, I originally got into it so I could crouch spam, and then I realized how toxic that was and how bad it affected my aim. So now I just use it because it's much easier to crouch, and I've just gotten really used to it. So I personally would recommend you making this change also and really practicing it, because I think it gives you a huge advantage in gunfights. After doing this recording, I accidentally kept recording doing a alpha pack opening and ended up pulling a quick little Deagle Black Ice, so I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want more tips on Rainbow Six Siege, please press on the playlist that's on screen now. It's going to help you guys out so much. I have everything from map callouts to tips, things like that. Go ahead and check those videos out, but for now, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching.